Abby is a key character in The Last of Us Part 2, but the backlash makes her casting for HBO's The Last of Us Season 2 even more difficult. The Last of Us Season 2 has to cast Abby eventually, and the inevitable backlash makes this casting choice nearly impossible. Abby is a key character in The Last of Us Part 2, and with Season 2 following the story of that game, it'd be incredibly difficult to do it without her. However, the character of Abby comes with a lot of real-world baggage, with her casting in The Last of Us Season 2 being one of the show's most difficult choices. HBO's The Last of Us is the hit TV adaptation of the beloved video game franchise, with the show's popularity getting it greenlit for a second season. The Last of Us Season 1 stuck fairly closely to the story of the first game, and Season 2 is set to continue this trend, with it adapting The Last of Us Part 2. One of The Last of Us Season 2's new characters is Abby, a young adult who is mostly motivated by violence and vengeance. Sadly, Abby received a lot of backlash when she appeared in the game, something that will probably carry over to the show. Abby's The Last of Us backlash is a huge problem, as it makes her casting even harder. Due to Abby's role in the story of The Last of Us Part 2, many fans hated her, with them criticizing the frequency of her appearances throughout the game. However, there was also an element of sexism to this backlash, making things even worse. High-profile adaptations tend to get a lot of backlash when casting characters, and because of Abby's status, this backlash will probably be even worse than normal. It's already difficult enough to find an actress who can pull off the complex character of Abby, and the online backlash doubles down on this difficulty. Whoever is cast as Abby will have to face copious amounts of hate online, something that many actresses may not be able to put up with. It seems likely that whoever plays Abby will be a fairly unknown actress, making the pressure from these critics even worse. While it's nice to think that Abby won't receive backlash this time around, that seems incredibly unlikely. Why Abby is so important for The Last of Us Season 2. Abby is key to the story of The Last of Us Season 2, as she is the one that kills Joel. The Last of Us Part 2 is a revenge story that follows Ellie hunting down the murderer of Joel, who happens to be a young girl named Abby. Abby is the daughter of one of the Firefly doctors that Joel kills in his hospital rampage, giving her motivation to seek vengeance. Being the main villain of The Last of Us Season 2, Abby has to be a strong character, meaning that a good casting job is key. However, Abby is far more than just a villain. About halfway into The Last of Us Part 2, the player takes control of Abby, following her on a long and personal journey of her own. Abby has to be able to make viewers hate her immensely, and then sympathize with her later in the series, something that is difficult to pull off. However, HBO's The Last of Us has already shown that they can create fantastically complex characters, something they can continue with Abby in The Last of Us Season 2. Now, if you guys enjoyed these videos and found them interesting, please show your support by hitting the thumb up button, subscribing to our channel, and turning on the notifications bell so that you can keep to date with our content releases. Also, leave your question and thoughts below. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next videos.